AFCO's got a new coilover assembly out for the street rod market. Is that what this is for?
Absolutely, Rex. We call this the Accelerator Series. It's a great shock for street rods, for muscle cars, fat fendered cars, you know, like a 40 Ford. You look under there, it's tubbed, it's narrowed. 57 Chevys, T-buckets, 32 Fords, rear and front. It's beautiful.
Looks like you got, for ride height adjustment, what, you have 3 inches of adjustment available?
Yeah, absolutely. There's 3 inches of ride height adjustment so we can fine tune the car to get the right look, the right stance. Sometimes we want a little bit of rake. There's 5 inches of total travel in the shock so we can find the sweet spot to get the car in the middle of its travel. So as we're cruising down the boulevard, as we're hammering on it from stoplight to stoplight, the shock's in its sweet spot. It doesn't top out, it doesn't bottom out. It really performs well.
Okay. What is there a suggested center to center measurement? Like if I'm building a car, I would want my mounts for this to fit?
Yeah, absolutely. For the rear of the car, again, this is probably the most popular location for these cars, but 13.5 to 14 inches from center of mounting bolt to center of mounting bolt with all the weight in the vehicle. So 13.5 to 14 inches is the perfect location, a perfect distance for this application. Now, they come in a variety of spring rates. So for both the front and the rear. So we recommend that people scale their car, get us the front half or the back half weights, and then we can recommend the correct spring rate for that application.
Okay. So like if I don't have accessibility to scales, is it where I could call the AFCO tech line and tell them what kind of car I got, my engine combination, we kind of figure it out from there?
Absolutely. We've got a very comprehensive list of combinations. Again, the 57 Chevy with a small block or a big block, a 40 Ford with a blown motor in it, a T-bucket with a small block, a big block. We've got all the combinations, you know, a V8 Maverick, or all of them. Call us, get us on the phone, and we can help with that application.
Very good. I notice it looks like it has 5/8 bushings in it now. Like if normally when I'm assembling something, I use like a 1/2 inch mount. Do you have different options for the bushings on these, or a sleeve? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. The cool thing about the shock is that with a lot of the street rods, they'll use a 5/8 bolt, and we'll just use the poly bushing right there. It just goes right through, it works really well. But for a lot of the drag applications, your street and strip, it's a 1/2 inch bolt, and we've got a steel sleeve that goes into that bushes it down. Smooth ride, quiet ride, but again, it works for both 1/2 inch or 5/8 bolts.
I'm sure AFCO's done a research on these to hit the correct valving for the street strip application type of deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's a great feel for cruising. It's got some capability to handle a little bit more horsepower, and with the right spring combination, it really does work well.
Very nice. If I bought these, let's say I've got a 56 Chevy leaf spring car, and I decide to go coilover on it, how would you suggest getting the ride height? Is there, do I like measure from the ground to the top of the wheel well before I take the factory springs off? And when I put this on, that way I can have kind of a target to adjust the height on it?
Yeah, find a target spot that you measure your car from. Again, from center of the wheel well down to the ground, and if that's your target height, when you put your kit back in, you can make your ride height adjustment by turning the adjuster up to put preload on the spring to raise the car up to the desired ride height, lock it in, and you're ready to go.
From past experience, a lot of times when you go to do the final adjustment on your ride height, this thing gets pretty hard to turn. Do you like offer a tool or anything for the adjuster?
This kit's going to come complete in a box, 2 shocks, 2 springs, the bushings, the sleeves, and a spanner wrench, along with some installation instructions to help work through that. So it's a complete package.
Very nice.